And welcome in to be our guest. You know, especially as we grow a little bit older, sometimes people in our family have bought a piece of jewelry and sometimes they've handed it down, and whoever receives that jewelry said, oh, that was kind of nice because it's a memory of my mother or my grandmother, but I don't know if I'd use it the same way. Well, very luckily, there's something that you can do with that jewelry. And today I have with me Jerry Cronier. And Jerry, you are the owner of Cronier Jewelers.
Correct.
You've been in business, and you've been in the jewelry business, you say like 48 years?
47 years.
47 years. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. And it's it changed over those years?
Oh, dramatically. From the time I started, it's just another world. Today we're doing more creativity in the area of developing new product. We're taking product that you already have and redesigning it and repurposing it to something that you like and want to wear. We work with you and we're able to give you a visual prior to making this merchandise. We do CAD CAM, which is computer animated designs, which comes from a rough drawing at first, and then we have this computer design done, and then you come in and talk to us about what you like, and we'll take that and transfer it into this form. So you're able to actually see prior to the piece being made exactly what your merchandise is going to look like. And we try to make sure that your image of what you want in that piece of jewelry comes true. And by seeing it prior for it to be made, you're able to confirm that it's what you want. And that's important to us.
Oh yeah. Well, the other thing too is when you do alteration on the jewelry, does it change the value, or the value is basically based on the diamond that was in it, or the gold, or that was a part of the jewelry?
Well, so much of your jewelry's value is the basics, which could be the diamonds, the rubies, and the sapphires that's there, and then of course the metal value. But the creativity of turning it into a piece of jewelry that is an art form, that it becomes part of your family and your legacy and your treasures, is more important than any of that. And the value, of course, is all still based on what you've invested in it. And that's where the value really comes to play.
And you know, obviously, if one of our viewers has a piece of the jewelry, they can bring it in, you can take a look and just give them a couple of different ideas of different routes to take.
Absolutely, and that's free. We actually do that service, and a lot of times it may take an hour.
Sure.
And you know, a lot of places don't do that, you know, for the purpose of you seeing what it is and what it's going to be. They charge you a fee up front, but we don't charge you a fee for this. And then once it's completed, the evaluation or appraisal is free as well. So we do a lot of work for you to get you to the point where you have what you want, and it's not very little cost in that part of it. Your cost comes from the hard purpose of building the piece, where we're having a manufacturer make that into the piece of jewelry.
And you have craftsmen right there.
We have craftsmen on staff, but all of our manufacturing is done from manufacturers that work for us and build for us and have done it for years and years and years.
And they know how to do it.
And they know how to do it. And when you go to a factory environment, you may have 15 people involved in making one piece. Very much like an automobile, you don't just have one person doing it. And each person's set of skills is to the best. So you take, you know, these 15 people and you have them doing what they do best, whether it's setting, lapping the piece, which is polishing the piece, or doing the CAD CAM portion, or doing the final inspection of it to make sure everything's perfect before it's released to the customer. That's all very, very important. That's what we do.
And then if a customer comes in, and let's just imagine that they don't have an old piece of jewelry, but they're just thinking of something, you can let them see selections that are there, but then you have the ability also to design something to their specific need, don't you?
We do. We have thousands of pieces in stock right now for you to select from, which helps you to figure out what you really want. Because seeing it is worth 1,000 words, because that's there in front of you. You know what you're going to get. It's kind of like a dress on a rack versus putting that dress on a person. Once you put it on the person, you see the final results, which is really important.
It's the reason they have models.
That's exactly
That's exactly why they have models.
Yes, sir.
And you know, I think one of the things too, that because over the years we've done business with you, and you have this integrity about you that you're going to let people know if they're looking at a piece of jewelry exactly what it's worth. And you know, if you know, you can tell somebody, well, you know, you probably can take this piece and it's going to be just about as good as that, and it's going to save you some money also.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You can do that. We show you different ways to purpose your money in building that piece of jewelry. And that allows you to get what you want for the money you want to spend.
Good. Well, we appreciate that. And just remember this, as Jerry said, if you have a piece of jewelry that's been handed down and you've got that piece of jewelry and you say, gee, that's very nice, but I don't know if I'd use it as an earring, you can turn it into a ring, a necklace, or something very beautiful. It's well worth taking it in and getting an opinion on it. And we'll be right back right after this.